Gauteng fuel situation to improve and helicopters used to rescue people in flood-hit Philippines. Good afternoon. Shell expects fuel availability to improve at Gauteng retail service stations during the course of this week. The company's Alberton fuel depot is fully operational again after being shut down 2 weeks ago because of a leak. Motorists are still experiencing petrol shortages in the Tshwane metro area around Pretoria. Businessman Tumaleng Ngwako.
As a motorist, it's highly frustrating and disturbing because every time when we travel, we don't have a petrol station from Mawupane, only 2 places here at Hamaskral. Then it's causing havoc, particularly we as business people.
A driver has been arrested after he was caught driving at 214 kilometers an hour in a 60 kilometers an hour zone in Bella Bella in Limpopo. He's facing charges of reckless driving and exceeding the speed limit. He's in police custody and is expected to appear in court tomorrow. Our reporter Rudzani Shivasi has the story.
Speeding has been identified as one of the major causes of road crashes in South Africa. Another driver was arrested in the Sekhukhune district of Limpopo after he was caught driving at 117 at a 60 km/h zone. He was arrested and paid 6,000 rand fine. 500 summons were issued to drivers for various traffic offences on Christmas Day, while 275 drivers were screened for alcohol. 19 drivers were arrested for drunken driving. 60 people have died due to road crashes in Limpopo since the start of December.
Earlier today, the Transport Minister Spoon Ndebele called for the immediate suspension of driver's licenses for any driver found to have committed any traffic offence. A Serbian man convicted on 3 counts of murder in his home country has handed himself over to police in Bellville outside Cape Town. Hawk spokesperson Macintosh Polela says police are investigating how the man managed to enter South Africa in 2007 using a passport with a false name. He says the man was sentenced to 35 years in prison in Serbia 11 years ago after he killed 2 people and wounded a civilian who later died in hospital.
This guy's real name was Dobrosav Gavric, a man who was convicted in Serbia in absentia for killing 3 people in 2000. And on doing our investigation with the Serbian authorities, we were able to ascertain that Kovacevic was indeed Dobrosav Gavric. And today he has been arrested in Cape Town. He's expected to appear before a magistrate tomorrow on an extradition request from Serbia.
Residents of Ladysmith in northern KwaZulu-Natal are rebuilding their homes after gale force winds on Christmas Eve destroyed hundreds of dwellings. Local Mayor Vincent Matlala says they're visiting the worst-hit areas.
There was a strong storm which came to Ladysmith. Actually, it affected the areas which are in the north of Ladysmith. We have found that there are more than 200 families which are affected. Now we are busy on the field with our field workers. We are helped by Al Imdad Foundation, and we are also helped by Gift of the Givers. We are now with them assisting our people with food parcels.
Military helicopters are continuing to rescue people trapped by flooding in the Philippines. The death toll from the flood stands at over 1,200. Chairperson of the country's Red Cross, Richard Gordon, says a long-term housing solution is needed for the large number of displaced people.
We're still having problems in the sense that we would have to now look at the situation in terms of long-term housing. Right now, what they're in need of is transition housing. The current pressure is by January, all of these schools will have to be abandoned by the evacuees, and they would have to be brought into 10 cities, and that's what we're preparing for right now.
The top story, Shell expects fuel availability to improve at Gauteng retail service stations during the course of this week. SAfm News.
PM Live with Glenn Lewington.